when David Kroll, the man who purchased the organ from the organ grinder from Dennis, at that point, he had come to Portland the week before the restaurant closed. And so he and I were visiting quite a bit, got to know each other well. And then I started saying, well, you know, I'm interested in this, and I'm interested in this, and I'm interested in this. And the first things I actually bought were all of the custom percussions and all the sound effects that were part of it. The custom percussions particularly because it was the organ grinder sound. I mean, all the recordings, the rhythm, the unit, the cymbals. And Dennis specifically wanted it to look like a drum set. And so the toms were mounted like they would be on a drum kit, not just flat like you would have them normally in an organ. And the hi-hat cymbal, most theater organs kind of do a type of arrangement where the hi-hat cymbal looks like something like this, attached to a box. He wanted it to look like a hi-hat cymbal playing. He wanted it specifically to look like a drum set. And so that was the first thing I purchased because it really, you know, many theater organs sound alike in terms of the different ranks they have, but this specifically gave the organ grinder its sound that it had. So these percussions were some of the custom percussions that were part of the rhythm unit, which we had at the organ grinder. And it has the very characteristic sounds that you would have had. This cymbal was the cymbal we used the most, and it was the ride cymbal. And one of the most interesting things, it got played so much that it actually, on the backside, you can't see it, but the metal striker would actually wear down the cymbal, so there are holes in the backside, and every once in a while we turn the cymbal so it was hitting a new spot on the cymbal. Because you realize a drummer, you know, might play a cymbal, you know, for a couple-hour gig a night. This cymbal's getting played 12 hours a day, you know, sometimes. The wood block and the temple block could give you the tick-tock. So the tambourine back here, which was only playable in the rhythm unit. We couldn't play that separately. There was another tambourine for that. And then the crash cymbal here had two different mechanisms on it. It had a roll action, so you could do a roll on it, and then it had the beater here, which would do the crash. Sound effects. These Wurlitzers had a lot of sound effects that were used for silent movies. So this was a bird whistle, little contraption right back here. It's actually filled with oil, and when you blow into it, you get this bird sound, and that's original. That's Wurlitzer from the 1920s. So this artifact is kind of special because theater organs oftentimes had sound effects, a klaxon horn, a siren. This is not Wurlitzer, but you would have heard it a lot at the restaurant. We used it whenever we did the birthday song, for silent movies, even in some musical selections you would have heard it. And it is a very loud sound effect.